Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Life Talks podcast, where we explore stories that remind us how change starts from the smallest decisions we make. Today's story is called The Day I Stopped Waiting for the Right Moment. It's not just a story, it's a realization, one that many of us need to hear. Music fades out, calm tone begins. For most of my life, I believed that the right moment would eventually come, that perfect day when everything would align, when I'd finally be ready to take action. I told myself, not now. Maybe next week. Maybe when I'm more confident. Maybe when life gets easier. But that day never came. Every dream I had, writing, starting a project, changing my lifestyle, stayed locked inside my mind, waiting for a future version of me that felt ready. And the truth is, that version never arrived. Then one morning, something small changed everything. It wasn't a motivational speech or a big event, it was just silence. I woke up, looked at my to-do list, and realized I'd been writing the same dreams for years. Same words. Same goals. Same excuses. I felt stuck. Not because life was unfair, but because I was waiting for something that didn't exist, the perfect moment. So I made a decision. Not a big one, not a dramatic one, just a quiet one. That day, I promised myself, I will stop waiting. If I want something, I'll start, even if I'm scared, even if I don't feel ready. And I started small. I opened my laptop and wrote the first page of the book I had been thinking about for 3 years. It wasn't perfect. The words were messy, awkward, uncertain, but they were real. And that was enough. Because perfection doesn't create progress, action does. Over the next few weeks, I noticed something strange. The more I acted, the more right moments appeared. Opportunities I'd never seen before suddenly became visible. People who could help started crossing my path. It felt like the universe was finally opening doors. But maybe those doors had always been there. I just hadn't moved close enough to knock. And I began to understand something powerful. The right moment isn't something you wait for, it's something you create by moving forward. I realized that fear disguises itself as patience. We say we're waiting for the right time, but what we're really doing is protecting ourselves from failure. Because if we never start, we never have to face the possibility of being bad at something. But in doing that, we also never give ourselves the chance to grow. One evening, while walking home, I saw a little boy trying to ride a bicycle. He kept falling again and again, but each time, he laughed. He didn't wait for the right moment to learn, he just tried. And I thought, what if I could live like that again? Without overthinking, without fear, without waiting for perfect. From that day, I began treating my life like that little boy on the bike. Every mistake was a lesson, every setback a teacher, every failure a direction sign. And slowly, I started to see results. Not because I was smarter or luckier, but because I started. Sometimes, you don't need clarity to begin, you gain clarity by beginning. You learn what works after you take the first step, not before it. If you're listening to this right now and you've been waiting for the right time to study, to apply for that job, to start that project, to tell someone how you feel, I want you to remember this. There will never be a perfect moment. There will only be this moment. And the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't luck. It's the decision to start even when it's not perfect. Every great journey begins with an imperfect first step. Every masterpiece begins with a messy first draft. Every success story begins with uncertainty. So take that step. Record that video. Write that sentence. Send that message. Do the thing you've been putting off, today. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that the right moment was never waiting for you. It was waiting inside you, all along. Soft piano music fades in. And when I look back now, I'm grateful I didn't wait for confidence, for approval, or for a sign from the universe. The truth is, confidence comes after action, not before it. When you start, no matter how uncertain you feel, you begin to build momentum. And momentum changes everything. So maybe today is the day you stop waiting too. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. But now. Start small. Start scared. Start unprepared. Just start. Because the world doesn't reward those who wait, it rewards those who begin. Music rises, gentle outro tone. Thank you for listening to Life Talks podcast. If today's story inspired you, take a moment to share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the right moment is the one you choose. Until next time. I'm your host, wishing you courage, peace, and the strength to begin.